Rashid Kidwai, Bharat Jodho, Nyaya Yatra and Cambridge more important, or strategizing for elections more important? That question is now regularly and routinely being asked. Again, is that rhetoric ahead of elections in your appreciation, sir?
Gaurav, opposition needs to be criticized for not getting that act together. But then that their inefficiency or their lack of spirit, etc., cannot justify what is going on in this Rajya Sabha election. Let me explain why. In India, we have a political system. It's a Westminster model of parliamentary democracy, where you see there is a lot of thrust on propriety. Not everything gets into the ambit of legality. You look at Britain, where there is no written constitution. A lot of parliamentary debates and decorum, etc., works on the norms and conventions. We have imported that kind of political system in our country, and there is no premium on issues of propriety. And that is why you see public intellectuals like Mr. Queen Sinha, my lawyer friend, etc., blatantly justifying something which is politically, morally, ethically wrong. And that is where I think, and I keep repeating, it's the same thing. If Congress is doing it, they're wrong. If Samajwadi Party is doing it, it's wrong. So that our inability to identify a wrong and say it is wrong is something that is actually problematic in parliamentary democracy.
Raghav Avasthi, respond to this legally, morally, politically. It's a question that's being raised at multiple levels.
Mr. Kidwai makes some very good points. Allow me to respond to them. The first point that he made was about the Westminster system that we have imported. Now, Mr. Kidwai is a very seasoned journalist, and he would know that in the Westminster system, there is no question of any 10 schedule or a system whereby if you violate the whip, you lose your membership of the legislature. So, of course, in India, we had a certain very specific condition where people were crossing the aisle too often. So, we had to come up with a 10 schedule. So, we have adapted the Westminster system to our needs. So, ultimately, this is what I feel, not just as somebody who supports the BJP, but also as a lawyer and a student of the law. I'm a perennial student of the law, right? That if you are elected by the people, then you also have the right to sometimes vote according to whatever your conscience is. Your choice cannot be decided by some Akhilesh Yadav, not even Akhilesh Yadav. Anybody sitting in any room should not be able to decide how the legislator votes. So if it is a vote of conscience, then so be it. So this is my limited point, and there is no question of celebrating anything. Whatever we had till now, okay, it was a gentleman's agreement between parties. But if the BJP now wants to take politicking to a new level and it wants to get as many people elected to the Rajya Sabha as possible, I don't understand why anybody should have a problem with it, because ultimately...
No, because the allegation, I'll tell you why people should have a problem. The Congress party is very clear. Let's talk about Karnataka for an instance. The Congress party is very clearly saying that this is where horse trading and money power and crores of rupees are at stake and they're being paid. That's the point they're repeatedly making. You just have a statement that's coming from Rizwan Arshad of the Congress, where he's saying that people have had to be taken to a hotel in Bengaluru only to ensure that there is no horse trading, to Sinha.
No, I think, you can rest assured that there is no exchange of money when it comes to Rajya Sabha voting, at least. There, like I mentioned in my very opening comment, there is a clear trust deficit between the Congress top leadership and its MLAs and SP top leadership and its MLAs. Now, in Karnataka, when it comes to Karnataka, if we were again clever, if we were sagacious to quickly strike a deal with JDS, which brings 19 MLAs, that also changes the equations significantly in Karnataka. But having said that, like I said, the core issue, the crux of the matter here is that the MLAs who are ambitious, and BJP is an ambitious party, the MLAs of these two parties who are ambitious, who want a future for themselves, clearly want to align themselves with a party which is delivering on the ground. Because if at the end of the day, these MLAs go back to their constituencies or go back to their to the audience and they have nothing to show by way of performance, then obviously they would be blamed. They want to align themselves with a party which has a vision for the next 20 years.
Okay.